This is Marco with the Limelight Pet Project, and I am at Save a Forgotten Equine in Redmond today with Terry Phelps, and this is Valentine. Terry, can you tell us a little bit about Valentine?
Yeah, Valentine is one of our companion horses available for adoption. She's a 17-year-old quarter horse mare. She came to us in January, around January in 2021. She was part of an animal control seizure in Pierce County, along with quite a few other horses and ponies. She was kind of a big horse along with a bunch of little ones. And so she was brought to health very quickly, did well in our rehab program, and actually found a home with one of our volunteers just 3 months after being here at SAFE. She spent the year with another companion horse, and her owner gave us a call about 2 months ago and said that life had thrown her a curveball she was not expecting, and she could no longer keep the horses. So part of our mission for SAFE is a lifetime of safety, and so we follow them no matter what happens. We're there to help, and the timeline to rehome them from that home was just too short. So Valentine came back to SAFE, and she's been here for 2 months, and she's doing perfect. She's healthy. She was well taken care of at her home, loved, and now it's just finding that match that hopefully can keep her for the rest of her life.
So what do you believe would be the perfect match for her?
Valentine, you are so special. You are.
She's
we
like,
love
you. I want to be here forever.
Yes, she is doing actually. So I will say she is doing amazing with our volunteers. She's helping them learn how to be around horses. Because she's one of the safest horses on the property right now, they can come in and brush her and take her for walks and learn the basics of our groundwork, and it's spectacular. She fills in for people, she takes care of people, and so her perfect home and things that she could do for somebody is, one, as a companion, she's a good citizen. She loves other horses, she gets along, she was out with babies and young horses, she's out with geldings and they were fine, and she just is even killed the whole time. She might be with somebody that's a little more energy and she brings the temperature down in the room. You're backing up. Let's see. So companion wise, her lifestyle would be maybe being a horse that lives at home with somebody who has another horse that is their riding horse, and you take your riding horse and have to go on a trail ride. She doesn't get too upset. She calls a bit, but she doesn't panic, and then she'll relax. You come back, and that would be a good life for her. Also, if somebody just wanted horses at home and had an older horse, and needed a companion for their older horse. She's 17, so she's got quite a few years ahead of her, but she could be that friend for their horse at home, their retired riding horse. Yes. What are you telling us? You have she has opinions. I will tell you. Do you see this color? This chestnut color, this beautiful, that's enough that you have to say about a chestnut mare, okay?
Is she the torty version?
She's the torty version. Yes, but
sassitude.
she's interesting because most of my red chestnut mares, they're pretty hot and wild things. She has an opinion, but she says it without being destructive. Yeah. So we love
Maybe
you,
it's
Valentine.
just in the look.
It's just in the look. She knows her power.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this broad chest we were talking about. Just her body type. I mean, she's 15 hands. She's strong and healthy. She may be on the side of getting a little too chubby if she's on grass too long. So we limit the amount of calories. But she has no health problems. She can be on grass and do things, but you don't want her to gorge herself and get too fat. She has a small front depth of the sole depth in her front feet, and so that's something that she needs to be managed. Maybe shoes or boots around trim time, putting the boots on. She got trimmed and she was really ouchy on the gravel that we have as our dry lot paddocks. Yes, I know, and you're wearing your foot out there. So we're doing everything we can to help her grow more foot. We're considering putting on maybe some glue-on shoes or even nail-on boots to help her have a little bit of time to grow more sole. It's been a hard spring with the wet weather and the feet for horses this year, because everything's been so wet and mucky, has been difficult. So getting them a dry place to live is really important. Yeah.
So she just sounds absolutely amazing. And really the only challenge that you've kind of talked to us about earlier in her finding a home for her is the fact that she is not a riding horse. She is a complete companion horse, which still has so much opportunity for a beautiful life for her and for her adopters.
Yeah, when she came in at 17, you know, there were two things going. One, she'd never been started before. And that was, you know, she was like, I'm not going to be a riding horse. At 17, you guys, you got to be kidding me. I'll itch your back. You can hide me from the camera. She's like, I'm going to go over here for a little walk. And I just didn't feel like it was a right decision to try to start a horse that old. The other thing is she had a little hitch in her get up in the back end. Nothing that hurts her from being a companion. But it does create problems if you want her to have to work really hard as a riding horse. So having her as a companion, she's very pleasant with the other horses. She's so silly. This is the redhead coming out. She does that piece, that value that she gives to a family as the steady Eddie horse at home that brings all the energy, good, and happiness is priceless. And as horse people know, you know, you have your riding horses at that time, but then they get older and they retire. And a lot of people call me and say, I've got my old retired horse. He's coming home from the training barn. He's going to live at home with us. I'm so excited. But I need a buddy for him because horses can't be alone. They need to have another herd type animal in their life so that when you're in the house, you know, and you're watching your TV and having, you know, who's out there with them? And they base a lot of their life, they lay down together, they eat together, they work as a team. And if you don't have a second horse, they get really depressed. Yes, you like horses.
So she could be the cure to
a lonely
someone's
horse.
Lonely horse.
Yeah.
That's
and
beautiful.
Also the fact that she just kind of takes if you have more of a wild horse or one that has a lot of energy, she brings such a calming influence.
She's a calibrator.
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
Wow.
And she'd be raising babies. I mean, that's what she did prior to coming to Safe, is there were lots of ponies lots of ponies being born around her, and she raised babies. You know, she may have even had babies herself. And then they found themselves in a bad situation, skinny, neglected, and, you know, it was hard times, and she came to Safe, and ever since then she's had a nice full belly.
So she was part of this, oh yeah, hi.
She says, I want grass.
Large group of horses that came in.
Yeah.
And that's just like one element of the work that you guys do here. And one of the, I mean, obviously that takes a lot of money and a lot of energy.
Yeah, it does.
Your annual auction is coming up.
It is.
We would love to talk a little bit about that so that we can help promote it more.
Thank you.
So tell us about that.
Yeah, so Heart of the Horse, you can go online at heart.safehorses.org and find out all information about our upcoming events. There's a lot going on in the month of July. We're all ramped up and ready to go. And Valentine, she's excited too. We have an online part. After COVID, we decided, you know, always gonna be able to reach everybody in one room, and online there's a way that no matter where you are, you can be involved. And so our online auction starts July 16th, and it runs for 1 week to the 24th. So people can get on that heart.safehorses.org, sign up, look at all the amazing, and I'm telling you, there are some beautiful things that when you purchase them from the auction, that money goes directly to Safe. And we're so thankful for the sponsors and donors and volunteers who made these beautiful baskets of things to bring money into SAFE to feed these horses. And we're kind of a little bit in a scary time. As we all know, gas prices are going up, and hay prices are always directly in line with that. So as you guys out there in the community are watching your gas price go up, we're watching our hay prices go up. Wow. And it's dramatic. And so we're bracing ourselves for a difficult year of just making sure that we're really smart in the choices that we make financially, that we protect and take care of our horses, and then those in the community. So there's a whole group of a part of SAFE that we do outreach. We're helping people in the community pay for horses if they've lost their job, or in between they get COVID and they have to take time off. We'll bring hay to their homes. We'll geld. We've done already this year, I think around 12 to 13 geldings this year, taking stallions and making them good citizens so that they can be safe to be around. And we pay a voucher for that. So all of this community outreach that will also uptick when people start calling and saying, I can't afford hay this year, I'm going to have to get rid of my horses. They're going to be calling SAFE. And so by helping us through the auction, we're going to be able to be here to take those calls and to help the public.
One of the most important things that any of us can do is help keep horses in their good homes. And that's exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean,
safe at home is kind of what we want to do for them. It's like, they just need a month. They just need a week. They just need a little bit of a boost. That's what the hay bank was about and is about. And I see that being a big need in the next year.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but the auction will, like you said, it'll run till the 24th, from the 16th to the 24th. Share it. Social media is the biggest place. I know we're all like, oh, that Facebook, but man, Facebook, share it with your friends and your family, and get the message out there about the mission, about the horses, and so we can help. We can help keep saving these horses. And when you come and you visit Valentine, you take her home, you're opening up a space for another horse. Yeah. So she's ready right now. I mean, she's shiny coat, she's happy, she's got all of it in a bag of chips.
Yeah, that bag of chips is full of sass.
And full of sass, but not too bad. Just enough sass that it's interesting.
Yeah, we all need some sass in our lives. We really do. So I think she's ready to provide that for some beautiful home.
Yeah.
So for everybody who watches Valentine's segment, is there anything else you'd like them to know about?
I think Valentine, she has a lot to offer, not just as a companion, but as a horse that you can learn the basics of taking care of horses. Like you got a little kid or a granddaughter, grandson that wanted to be around a horse, and they weren't really ready to ride yet, but they wanted to learn to brush them and be around them. She'd be a great one. She's teaching our volunteers here, grown adults, how to be around horses. So that, and along with going on, walks in the park or the trails, if you got a trail course close by, she does groundwork. We're doing Liberty type join ups, all sorts of fun stuff with her, and she's an active mind. She's very healthy. She has no limitations in that. It's just at her age, when she came in, she hadn't been started. It just wasn't something, me and Valentine talked, and she said, I kind of like just being a companion, and there's value in that. So taking her on hikes and walks, and we go here at Farrell McWhorter, where we are in Redmond, we'll take the horses, some of them go riding and some of them go walking, and Valentine goes walking with the volunteers. So they have a blast, and it's funny, people really, they want to be near and by horses and doing things. It's not all about running barrels and jumping 6-foot fences. It's about that relationship with them, this beautiful animal that has a ton of value and to offer. Yeah. Oh, you're a good girl.
Well, thank you so much for sharing
Valentine
with us
She
today.
says, let's get some grass.
Yeah.
She's coming up to you.
Well, on that note,
she's going to come.
I'm Marka with the Limelight Pet Project. And we shine the light on harder to adopt pets because their stories are worth telling.